Welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Let me buck. Big up on yourself, people. Thank you much, and thank you as always. For those who are going through a traumatic time period where Jamaica is concerned, I do sympathize with you guys. It's tough. It's really, really tough. But the World Cup qualifiers are coming up again, and I have a discussion I want to make. And I waited on here. I waited this time, specific time, to have the discussion because I believe this squad selection is going to be an indication of what we're going to see for the World Cup qualifiers. Not my apologies, not for the World Cup qualifiers, for the World Cup. And why do I say that? Because we have been hunting, trying to, seeking, bringing in. We're really, really trying to fix a lot of issues where the Reggae Boyz are concerned. But this 11, not this 23-man squad, we should at least see some remnants of some issues being fixed. So, big up again, people. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell because that's the only way you're going to see the video. All right, so there are three things I want to touch on where the squad selection is concerned. Three things. New players, players out, midfield. Midfield. I think probably new players fall in the midfield section. No. New players fall in the recruitment section. Midfield fall and the major issue that we consistently have and we try to fix. First we're going to touch on is the players out. We do know at this present moment that there are a few players out, and when we are unsure we're going to see these players such as Bobby Reed, Casey Palmer. These players will be out and might not be available for selection. But it also opens opportunity for the coach to bring in players and have a look at them. Probably youngsters. People will cuss me again and say this, that, rated there. Probably where youngsters are concerned. But with players out, you don't know, so the coach is going to have a decision to make in regards to how he manage the squad with the absence of these players. I do believe though once Aiden is here, again, we're going to move to the midfield section now. We should be in a good position. Now, with that being said, what if Aiden should pick up a niggle or a little nap and won't be able to play both games? Or better yet, probably pick up a yellow card in the Trinidad game and end up miss the next game. So we can't afford that. We cannot afford that. So where the midfield is concerned, I believe that this is still a case of wanting. Now, a lot of persons have given a few names that they believe that can get the opportunity. I think they write it down. Did you write it down? No, I'm going to write it down. Anyways, I did mention a few players that person said they would love to see step in a position there. And for me personally, I don't think... No, I'm going to write it down. I don't think putting players who are not comfortable in particular position. The names are Richard King, Damian Lowe, Ian Frey, again, Joel Atibodier. Who else them bring up? I don't remember. I don't understand. I don't see the reason why we should put players who to play in the defensive midfield in a position that is not their natural position. I really, really don't not entertaining that at all. I want the players to play in their natural position. I would prefer a player for lower level skill going in the defensive midfield position than take a player and put him out of position. Let me give you an example. I'd prefer to see Lambert in a defensive midfield position than to see Latibodier, Richard King, Damian Lowe, or even Ian Frey in the defensive midfield position. You know why? Just the basic concept of a midfielder, a defensive midfielder. They know the basic concept. They know the simplest thing of to do. Defensive midfielder, move them go anywhere. Them move in direction. Certain players, they move a particular direction on the pitch. So them hip movement, all that kind of stuff. Them basics only program the particular way there. And many persons might not agree. I do think that most of the coaches and probably ex-players or players who are playing the ball would understand that concept. Yes, you look at a player and say, he look like he can play the position because he look technically good, he look technically sound, all these type of things. But the truth is, it's not his natural position, and that will cause problems for any player, especially the higher level where you go. So that's where concern to the midfield. No, new players. You know, me feel like me gonna leave the part there alone and do a separate video on it. I'm thinking of doing a separate video on where the new players are concerned. Anyways, back to you know, new players. May I touch it? Mason Greenwood and possible defensive midfielder coming in. Not saying Mason Greenwood is coming in, but this squad selection, and probably some people are cussing me for this, you know. This squad selection, if we select the squad, the 23-man squad, and this is the last game for us to qualify, and if at the squad announcement, the question is asked of the coach again, what happened to this player, i.e. Mason Greenwood, or whatever the case may be, what happened to that player? And the quote-unquote statement again is not ready to commit. For sure, I am going to be disappointed if I see them in the World Cup squad. Now, I know a lot of persons might not agree. This is just my sentiment. This is just my opinion on the matter. Now, every time I share my opinion in regards to a player playing in Europe, to one of the players, the heritage player coming in, and I said I disagree with anything we have to do with them, the first thing come to a lot of persons' mind, MG Sports want local players and squad. That's the first thing. And we can't stop anybody from things like that. Fine. And it's it's really, really important that you listen to what I say and understand where I'm coming from. If at this point in the competition, where we are 2 games away from qualifying, all the players for the last 2 seasons, 2 years, who have been grafting, putting in all the heavy work, doing all the heavy lifting, all the tough sufferation they've been through, whatever the flight is all of these players who have been grafting and putting the effort to now find out, say, when is the plane a lift in probably May or June, probably when the plane a lift in a June, 5 or 6 of these players who have been doing extremely well and putting in hard work is absent from the squad. I don't care if it is local players who are playing in the JPL or players who are playing in the diaspora. Once they are affected, any player that is affected, 5 or 6 of them, there's possibility, even if you look at the squad right now, there's no really local players in the squad. None. You probably will have Rona Brown and probably Anglin. You might see Anglin. Probably, just probably. So even say them out, and 3 other players out. Say them said, you know what them say, you are going Romar Burrell. Now I can't work with them now. I'll bring in a next striker. Boy, Bailey Kadamatri, now I can't work with him, I can bring in a next striker. Boy, Casey Palmer, we can't go no further with you now. Your journey end right here, so. Bobby Reid, bar injury, no, I just tell you, bar injury. Bobby Reid, we tried it for many years, you know, but we're bringing another utility player, we're bringing a player who are younger than you, we're bringing a player where we feel like he's going to give a better performance than you. So I think that is it, Bobby Reid. Cephas, we're bringing the next winger. Think that is it for you. Ethan Pinnock, Richard King, we're bringing 2 better defenders. I think that is it for you. Greg Glay, we're bringing a different left back. Amar Belly bringing a different left back. So I guess that's it for you guys. Lembi Kisa, we basically play all our game them. Lembi Kisa, we're bringing the next right back, you know. So I guess that is it for you, you know. So I wonder if you saw me, I say. So if, from my perspective, if a player don't come for this window, that's why I'm telling you, this squad is going to be a crucial squad selection. If a player don't make himself available for this window, at least participate in the qualification. At least participate in the qualification. I cannot sit comfortable to say when they play in a lift, we have 9, 7 or 8 players who never participate in a qualification going on that plane. I cannot sit comfortable with that at no point in time. I mean, don't say again. Whisper and Papi, Dujan Richards, Kaim Dixon, Afi the on the trip there. Afi the on the trip there. Our hell's a problem. A problem. Anyways, big up on us. Bar injuries. Anyways, people, big up on yourself. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Until next time. MG Sports TV. No one not gonna agree with me. No one not gonna disagree with me. But it's just my thoughts. It's my thoughts. It's my sentiments on the situation. And as I say again, everyone is entitled to have their opinion and their own sentiments on the situation. Big up, people. See you guys again. MG Sports TV. Road. God bless. Boom. Outside.